I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I was watching some combos from Benny, and I swear I've seen you do this a lot, but I don't know if you like intentionally do it or if it's just like, because he's been doing a lot of, he does a lot like the slip, like shovel uppercut, load back
Yeah.
up, tracing the
Yep.
belly uppercut, and then he'll like throw a cross or he'll skip the cross and he'll just do like an inside cross leg trip for like low kick.
I haven't noticed. Are you saying like do it on the bag? Let me see what you're saying.
So like slip, shovel uppercut, and then he'll like reload and he'll just do like a tracing like actual. So he'll do like a belly and then he'll like go for the head.
Yeah.
Like, and then he'll like throw with the cross and then this rear leg, he'll just like bring it down like at the ankle almost and like finish with a dump.
Who does this? Benny the Jet, you're saying?
Man, the Jet does it.
Yeah, I haven't noticed him do that last part, but what you were saying as far as the slip off to the side and throw a hook to the body like a shovel hook. So he'll do exactly what you're saying. He'll slip off to the side, throw the hook to the body, then come back up with the same hand, or sometimes he slips off, throws the hook to the body, and comes back up this way.
Yeah.
But I like throwing. Basically, I like throwing things at different parts of the head and body so that people's defense moves to that spot. And so I'm just constantly going head, body, straight down to the top, straight down to the top, or excuse me, straight down bottom, straight down top. But he was really good at slipping off to the side and digging with that left hook. I think it's a left hook he threw. I can't remember, to be honest. It's been a while since I've watched him. And he would usually, I would see him throw to the leg sometimes, like you're saying, but what I would see him do a lot is he would slip, throw a hook to the body, and then he'd throw an uppercut, and when they backed up, he would throw the head kick coming over the top.
Yeah, I saw that one too. Is there any special considerations I need to make if I'm doubling up on the uppercut on the 5? Like, is there anything defensively that I'm just being dumb and not really noticing?
Not really, because if you're starting it in the good, you just can't have your head on lock.
So as long as you stay off when you come up.
Exactly. Yeah. So as long as you're starting it in the right place, by throwing the hooks this way, and then resetting and throwing the up, because when you throw that uppercut, you should end up like this.
Okay.
So if you're already there, then you're fine. Meaning, I throw the jab, I slip, I throw the hook. This is essentially where I want my head when I finish the uppercut. So now I'm just going to turn. See what I'm saying? My head should be on line for the most part.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. So that's just, my body should be facing kind of perpendicular.
It should be in front of them, per se. Let me make my screen bigger so I can see what I'm doing. So if I'm squared up with somebody, I need to drop my head off, throw that hook. But before I bring my head back to throw the uppercut, I'm leaving my head offline to throw the uppercut. See what I'm saying? I'm not bringing my head back after the hook.
Yeah.
So I'm not throwing the hook and then coming back here. I'm throwing the hook and I'm staying here, and then I'm throwing the uppercut.
So you're recocking your hips, your shoulders
that's
over.
That's a consideration you need to make.
Gotcha.
But other than that, I don't think. He was like he did something really well. Something that Henry Hoop says to his fighters. He says, box on the inside, kickbox on the outside.
Yeah, that's what I've been noticing. Is like he's way more of an infighter than like I've remembered until I was like,
yeah, he had for him, like just kind of like inventing his own style and not having anything to draw upon. He had pretty nasty good hands.
Yeah.
And he comes in with his head low, which isn't maybe great for Muay Thai, but in terms of kickboxing, he's always like chin super, head super low. He looks like a Mexican boxing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think he's the best fighter in the world, but like going back and just like rewatching how good he was at that point in time, and not even to say that he was fighting top level opposition. It's more that he kind of put his own style together when he didn't really have any resources or like inspiration to draw upon.
Yeah.
So I thought I give him a lot of props for that because he's just kind of like a bit of a pioneer, and
Yeah.
I think people kind of discredit his skill level.
Is there any like Muay Thai head movement people to really watch, or like, cause like I'm really like from what I've been playing with, I've been enjoying that kind of style of like bobbing to get in, and like
Yeah, I mean Muay Thai really frowns upon head movement, just because of the clinch.
yeah.
You know, they want to be like stiff the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be like super, like chest up, you know, so they're not getting clinched. But if you look at like some people do it really well, like Sanchai obviously does it really well, but I wouldn't say he like moves his head. He takes more like dramatic steps. So the head movement isn't just like head movement, it's like stepping movements.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so he's taking big stepping movements and creating angles with his footwork, but as he's doing it, he's moving his head offline. So he's using his legs to get his head offline, and he's not just moving his head offline at the waist. And I don't like, it's not something I teach because I don't think it's like something that everybody should do. I think it's just like if you do it, you probably are going to do it well. And if you don't do it naturally, you probably shouldn't be taught to do it because if you don't do it naturally, you probably won't do it very well.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like there's a lot of things that I do that I don't teach because I don't think they fit into everybody else's game.
Got you.
I don't really teach anything but the fundamentals. I mean, sometimes I'll teach something cool, but like stylistically, I don't really teach a style.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think when you teach a style, too many people fall through the cracks, and then all of a sudden you're just kind of like hoping that what you do well is applicable or translates to all these other people, which is never the case.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that like you probably teach stylistically is like you got to have like a certain amount of aggression. You can't be like, oh, you can't always be aggressive, but you have to have like a certain amount of aggression. I don't think we have anybody else in here.
I appreciate that.
Oh, wait, there's Dylan.
Dylan. Hey.
I can't see him though.
Oh, he's if you click audience view, I think it'll crowd so you can see everyone.
Let's see. How do I click audience view?
Or participant, or like are you doing it on your phone or computer?
My phone.
Then it should be on the top bar. There should be like a gallery, like a speaker view and gallery view. Like speaker view makes it so you're the big person, you can see yourself, and then gallery view like makes this split. Or if you look his little.
Yeah, I can see you at the bottom. I just can't see him.
Huh.
Hey, Dylan, can you hear us? Oh, there you are.
Oh, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Cool. We're going to keep this one short. We're going to mostly just do a warm up and a little bit of movement stuff to like. Do you have a chair in the room?
I can grab a chair.
Yeah, if you could grab a chair real quick or a stool or something, that'd be perfect.
What kind of chair? Is there going to be one that I'm kicking over, or?
You just gotta be able to like basically something you can rest your foot on. So like I'm going to use a stool right here, and I just put a towel on there. I just need something that you can basically rest your foot on like this.
All right, give me a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Cool, that works.
Cool.
Let's just start with, let's get our rope going, and we're going to start jumping rope. Go ahead and get going. All right. We're going to go back to the hip openers we used to do. So right here, I'm taking it across, bringing it around, switching my stance, bringing it around, switching my stance, bringing it around, switching. Good, next one right here. I'm just trying to bring my knees to my chest, but without compromising my posture. Okay, so it's very kind of like Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. Okay, so the idea is here I'm keeping my posture. I'm just bringing my knees nice and high. And if you notice, I'm also kind of saying, whenever I do this, I'm always switching my stance. And throwing it kind of from a rear knee.
Good.
What you want to think is you're trying to knee yourself in the chin.
Woo. See if I can get that.
Well, that's just more or less the goal. You know, try and bring the knee nice and high.
Gotcha. Supposed to be done this slow, right?
Rome wasn't built in a day.
Okay.
Good. Let's get that rope back going. We're going to go, what we're going to do is instead of doing it per time, we're doing 2 minutes on. I want to go 200 skips.
200, okay.
Stopping at 200.
Okay.
When you're done, just drop the rope, take a look at the camera, and I'll tell you what to do.
Okay.
Go ahead and go. Where you at, Dylan?
127.
Keep it going.
Yes, sir.
Good. All right, we're going to do a couple minutes of shadow boxing.
Okay.
What we're throwing a 1-2 followed by whatever punch I call off. So just watch for a second. All right. Everything's going to start with the 1-2. We throw 1-2 something, 1-2 something else, 1-2 something else, 1-2 something else. All I'm moving around and just moving around, throwing 1-2. Right now we're going to start with a 5, a lead uppercut. So moving around, walking, checking. 1-2 5. 1-2 5. Move around. 1-2 5. Check. 1-2 5. Okay, that's what I want you throwing for right now. Make sure we're including defensive techniques into it, and then I'll tell you 3 or 4 or 6 or 2. It might be 1-2 2. All right. So for right now, just start with 1-2 5. Go ahead and go.
Yeah.
Make sure you're turning that hip into the 5.
Okay.
Remember, when we're throwing that 5, you want to think of that uppercut, not the way, the angle you're throwing it now, you're going to hit somebody's elbow. You got to go up the middle. Your knuckles should hit their belly button and go up the center of their body to their throat.
Okay.
So when I throw this, I'm throwing 1, 2, and look how I'm turning my hips to get the angle. I don't want this uppercut coming from out here. Okay, I need this uppercut to come from the belly button up. Keep on going. Give me a little more energy with those 1-2s. Let those hands fully extend. Let those arms extend on the 1-2. Better, good. Now 3, 1, 2, 3. That's a lead hook.
That's
Left hook. Good. Open up with it, because you gotta think about this, Dylan. If my jab is here and my cross is there, my hook also has to be there. I can't, their head's not gonna go from here to there. Meaning if I'm throwing my first 2 punches out here, my third punch has to be out there too. I can't afford to throw 1, 2 out here and think that their head's going to be right here at this level or at this distance. Their head's here. I got to reach for their head, got to reach for the head, I got to reach for the head. So extend that arm a little bit when you're throwing that hook. Yeah, open it up. I want less of a bend in the elbow. Good, next one right here. Now it's not a punch, it's a 1, 2, slip and roll. Okay, moving around. 1, 2, slip and roll. Pop, pop. Slip and roll. Slip and roll. Good. One, 2, rear knee. Same thing. 1, 2, rear knee. Make sure we're bringing it, throwing it up and bringing it back. 1, 2, throw the knee, bring it back to where it started. Throw your hips forward when you're throwing that knee. I don't want your head in front of your hips. I want your hips. There we go. I want your hips to be in front of your head. I don't want to see your head in front of your hips. It should be here. Better. Commit those hips. Let your head count. There we go. Last one right here. 1, 2, and we step forward. Throw that right elbow coming over the top. Okay, again. 1, 2, stepping into it. You can hear my foot hitting the floor before the elbow hits. And I'm moving around, check, block, block. 1, 2, elbow. 1, 2, stepping in, elbow. Nice. Don't let that rear foot come up. Keep that rear foot planted as you throw this. So I want to make sure that I'm driving off of it and not letting it come up in the air. Nice. Time. All right. So I'm just going to, I've been getting pretty stiff because I haven't really been kicking much. So this is something we can do to kind of keep our hips open. And all I'm going to do is throw my foot up onto here. And what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to pivot and turn my knee like this. Okay, my standing foot has to turn. And this is a little high for me, that's a little low, but that'll be good. So the idea is the higher up we're going, the harder this is. Okay, so it's not imperative that we do it really high at first, but this is going to help us do is learn how to get up on our standing foot. Okay, so our left foot, we're going to get up onto the ball of our foot, like we're doing a calf raise. Okay, and from there is when I turn it and come back. Good. Perfect. This is something you can do with a partner too. You have somebody hold your ankle, or they hold your foot,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you just hold it like this. And the idea is the other person turns.
Gotcha.
So what I want to do is we're going to do this 10 times each side twice, total 20. So I would really like to be able to just go back and forth, and kind of get into like a bit of a sawing motion with the right way. Stop. Okay, so we're going to do 10 times each side twice.
Okay.
You might want to put that up against the wall or something. It'll probably move a little less for you. There you go. Try to keep your heel, don't pull your heel away from it. That heel should still be, not necessarily touching, but it should still be on the pad.
Yeah.
Good, and then we're just switching to the other side, doing the same thing. Okay. Switching legs, turn it over, coming back. Apparently this is my good side. And really, most of the magic is happening on the standing foot.
Yeah. That takes work.
Yeah, this is you know, whenever you hear me talk about turning the kicks over,
Yeah,
this is
that's
what
it.
I'm talking about, being able to pivot on that standing foot and really rotate your knee as you're kicking. And this is going to help you keep your knee in concert with your hips, meaning a lot of times when people kick, they're not turning and they're just throwing their leg.
Mm-hmm.
In reality, what I need to do is be turning and letting my leg follow behind me.
Cool, that's that.
You got one last set on the other side, right? Or was that
No,
it?
I did both sets 10 times.
Cool, cool. So go ahead and just set that to the side.
Okay.
All right. Now, what we're going to do is before we started with the 1-2, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the check, all right? I'm moving around, checking. I'm going to set the check down, follow up with a cross hook. Okay, so I'm here, shadow boxing, moving, check, set down, cross hook. Moving around, check, cross hook. Good. Don't get too heavy on that front foot when you're throwing that hook. You should be heavy when you end the cross is when you should be heavy on the front. But then when you throw the hook, you should be pulling your weight back. There we go, better. Open up that hook, remember. Your hands have to hit the same target. Good, next one, we're starting with the check. Okay, I'm right here, I'm gonna throw the check, switch knee. Bring it back into my opposite stance and step back. And here's what I mean. Okay. I'm here. I check. I throw the switch knee. Okay, I'm still in my opposite stance. From there, I'm just switching back after I've thrown the knee. And right here, check, switch knee, switch back. Check, switch knee, switch back. So, something we need to clean up. When I throw this, when I check, I want to end up here after the knee. Meaning, I want my right leg back. I throw that switch knee, I set it down behind me, where it came from. And what's happened, you're getting a little caught up in, you're here, you're checking, you're throwing the switch knee, and you're just setting it down back in front. I want you to switch, throw it, set it back down behind you, then switch back.
Yeah.
There we go, good.
You
You got yourself that time, right?
Yeah.
There we go, good.
The other way.
Just break it down. I want you to do it step by step like this.
Yeah.
Okay. I check, I set it down, I switch, I'm stopping in between each thing. I throw the knee, I set it behind me, I stop, I switch back. Check, set it down. Switch, throw the knee, set it back. Switch. We're just going to end with this, and we're going to let you run it through for about a minute.
Okay.
But I want you breaking it down nice and slow like that.
Gotcha.
Make sure that when we're checking that you're not just stepping back, meaning that your front foot, your right foot should come forward too.
So
Go ahead, check. Go ahead, check. Set it down. Okay. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. That right foot needs to come forward as well. That way you're actually not stepping backwards.
gotcha.
There we go. Good. Perfect. Nice, Dylan. We call it there. We're running over time.
Cool.
Good work today. I mean, again, like I've been saying, all this stuff is really 90% of what you should be doing to get better at striking anyway. So, yeah, those little details, they're not as little like in the grand scheme of it. Because when you're getting punched and kicked and people trying to knee you, like getting your feet back to the right spot as quickly as you can is what's going to really save your ass and give you a chance to like get more offense off. If we're setting our feet down in the wrong spot, we're not really going to be in a good position to either defend or get our offense off. So, but I'll see you Thursday.
See you Thursday. Appreciate
Carl.
it, man.
Yeah, good work. Carl, I'll see you later.